to another episode of the Counselling and Advice bit. I nearly did say anxiety in historical places then. Nearly. I'm so used to saying it. But here we go. I am today in Cookham, which is a beautiful old village, and look at that behind me. I am on the moor, which as you can see is so beautiful. So I'm at the bottom of the high street. It is very busy here because it is the high street. So that road there where that white car is the high street. So there will be a lot of traffic. So I will try and do my best at that. As you can see, there is a war memorial, ta-da, right there. And that is the purpose of why I'm here, because it's not just a war memorial, no. It contains a Tarry Stone, also known as the Saracens stone, and also known as the Cookham Stone by the locals. Now, this stone used to represent formally the boundaries of the abbot of Cirencester? Yeah. I know how to say English. So it used to formally, back before the 1500s, represent the boundary line. However, that is not the resting place of it before. It was actually more towards the other end of the high street, which is actually originally where the boundary line would have been. But now obviously it's moved to here. It's also moved another place as well in its lifetime. So it's had a lot of movement, this stone. It's moved around the village. It also, the Saracen stone is about 3 feet high in height, and it used to also represent, so there used to be, I think there still is actually, it's still there today, but people in Catholicism, there we go, celebrate the Assumption Day. Now that is when Mary goes to heaven when she died, and they celebrate that. And back in the 1500s, in 1507 actually, they would gather round this stone, and they would then do feasting and they would do sports. So they would gather round the stone and basically celebrate Mary and her ascent to heaven, because it was Catholic at that time, and Catholicism was celebrated in England. So yeah, so that's another little fun fact about the stone as well, is that it also did, people would come and do sports events, and they would do them here on the moor, which you can see behind me. So yeah, it's pretty cool place. I do recommend you come here. It's a lovely place. So I'm going to go on to my tips today. So this week I am concentrating on stress, and I'm concentrating on things to help with motivation as well, because I have to say, I have to be very honest with you guys, the last 2 weeks I have struggled with my own motivation. I know, see, we counsellors don't have it all together sometimes. You'll be surprised. But it is January, and it tends to happen in January anyway, that we all tend to be a bit, there's nothing really to look forward to really in January, is there? Unless you're into Valentine's Day. But yeah. I'm not going to say anymore. So my 3 tips for today is the kind of things that I've been doing for the last 2 weeks to kind of help with my motivation. But tip number 1 for today is focus on the basics. Focus on kind of what it is that is, basic to you. So kind of nutrition, kind of focus on exercise, focus on your own self-care. And that's really, really important, because it actually, not only does it reduce stress, but it also helps with motivation as well, because you're being kind to yourself. You're not kind of beating yourself up and actually going, oh, you know what, I didn't get this done this week, so that's it now, I'm failure, or I'm worthless, or whatever. You're actually just being kind to yourself, and you're saying, okay, I didn't get this done today. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have done no housework this week. Or, okay, that's a lie. I did the washing up. I've done the washing up. But that's my basic. I've been concentrating on my clients this week. And that's because I felt very demotivated to do anything else. But I'm not beating myself up about that. And yeah, it does mean that maybe I may have to do the housework a little bit extra the next couple of weeks. But if I don't, whatever, you know, it doesn't really matter. So focus on those basics, focus on the things. And that leads me into number 2, which is prioritize. I say this a lot, but prioritizing not just like the little things, which I said to you last week, but actually prioritizing what you can do. So what you know you can do, and what you feel like you don't want to do right now. Which is also being really kind to yourself. So as I said, this week I've just prioritized myself with just looking after clients, and that's it. Like, I have, as I said, I've done no housework this week. I've done the basics. I've looked after myself, which means like doing my hair and stuff like that. But other than that, like, I've done no like shopping or grocery shopping or anything like that. So yeah, focus on those basics, and focus and prioritize on your own self-care, and what you feel you can do, and don't, as I say, don't blame yourself for not doing what you can't do. And then that kind of leads me on to the third one. I forgot what number I was on. See, my brain's all over the place this week. Is this kind of an interesting one, but try not to overload yourself with all the aspects of your life. So again, it's all about prioritizing, sort of categorizing your life, going, okay, this is the personal, this is the home life, this is the work life, and don't overload yourself on that. So don't be overly involved in one aspect of your life. So for example, don't be overly involved in work life, because that can lead on to a massive stress in the other parts of your life. So really prioritize, and if you want your family life, you know, make that your priority. But try and not overload like one part of that life. So say, for example, chores in your home life, try not to make that a priority over, let's say, your family or whatever. I'm really hoping that's making sense. But yeah, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'll get here eventually. So yeah, that's kind of like my 3 tips for this week. And thank you very much for listening, liking, and hope you subscribe to this channel, and I hope that you do enjoy my videos. And I look forward to seeing you in the next installment, which hopefully shall be a spooky one. I've got a spooky one planned for the next one, so look out for that one. All right then, have a lovely day, guys. Take care. See you soon. Bye. Mwah.